Mohbad, because we can't say we are fighting for justice and we are going about some other injustice. It will be unfair. We cannot come to equity but with a clean hand. So I get it, and it's something applaudable. But also, while we're fighting or while we're looking for this justice also, my branch no, it's like the company, they have what they call their vision and mission. One is long term, one is almost everyday something, operational. So while you're working towards the main goal there, little things continue money láti put in place, láti set in place. Otherwise, your leader be long term goal here. And tabama likeness nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí, this infighting, gang fighting, inter-platform fighting, intra-platform fighting, these are the little things that we need to put in place so that we can say we have justice. Because justice itself for Mohbad is beyond just getting the, in quotes, killers of Mohbad, if there are any, or bully, is beyond all that. It's more like setting the society straight, putting us back to where we are, if we've ever been there before anyway. And if we're seeing things going wrong, because I want to cast your mind back to what happened initially during this whole justice for Mohbad. Some people came out trying to castigate, trying to malign, cause damage on people, especially on the widow and the innocent child of Mohbad, without any cause, without justifiable cause. We saw that, yes, maybe gbogbo yẹn ti subsiding sin, but gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tí a ti go through nìyẹn during this course. And that's one of the things that this platform in particular to stand against. That yes, we want justice for Mohbad. Taba sọpọ̀ pa ni, a fẹ́ kó bring to book our killers here. Bí wọ́n bá dẹ̀ pa náà, we really want to know what happened. And more importantly, àwọn kan bully ẹ̀. We want those people to be brought to book also. We want every aspect of these things to be examined and closed. But then, we don't want the bullying. We don't want anybody subjecting anybody at all to undue harassment, embarrassment, harm, or danger just because we are looking for justice or seeking for justice for Mohbad. And that's why the platform ṣe dúró ń pé òkè o, èyí thirty sites yìí, because we were together in a cause trying to look for justice, if there's anything like that. And suddenly, I didn't pay attention shift lórí èèyàn kan. And people were going all out for her. No, it shouldn't happen. Wait, even the law, we're a society of law and order. Even the law is saying everybody is innocent until you've been proven guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction. You are innocent. So if I am innocent, if you are innocent, why should somebody sit down on their own platform day and night calling me a killer, calling me names, doing all sorts of things? And if it's bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn tó ti wá di ń pòkè o to your tent to Israel, ẹ̀yẹn decide yẹn mú, káwa decide yìí mú. At the end of the day, tí part wa bá lè cross, tá bá lè get the same thing tó gbá ń fẹ́ in the future, good and fine. Otherwise, tá bá lè get here, àwa máa gbà ń pé course ìtọ́lọ́run ti gbé fún àwa lélẹ̀ láti ṣe nìyẹn. That this will be our own justice. If we cannot achieve the common goal together, at least let's achieve this. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gba ọmọ ìlẹ́nu àwọn kìnìún. Ànárí gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ everybody bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe. Àwọn tó gbé ọmọ àwọn èèyàn jáde, àwọn tó gbé family àwọn èèyàn jáde, cursing on them, doing all sorts of things in the name of looking for justice. Gbogbo kìíní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀, and little by little adébítà délé ni tí gbogbo issue yìí die down tó ti ń dín òkè o tí ń bàbá wọn lè lọ bá àwọn tí wù mí kọjọ sọ̀rọ̀ kó má sí wòtòwòtò kó má sí jà, because we know this time last year, whether you're in the middle or not, if you were on a platform like this time last year, ó ti máa gbóná gan. Bóde jà náà la wá sórí platform àwọn tá a perceive as Josie supporter, ó máa gbóná náà. But now we are here having civil conversation here now. Thank God. So nígbà tá a ti wá dé stage yìí, and when you now discuss one way or the other, whether you're on that side or on this side, there are some people that you cannot just but you can't overlook their impact or what they have done in this whole journey. So when people like that say some things or when they do some things, people tend to examine it deeper. You want to have a look pé kí lẹ́ni sọ, ṣó make sense, because ṣó ti make sense wà látẹ̀yìn tẹ́lẹ̀, or they've just been a fool altogether. Whether we like it or not, Aries has been a voice against Omowunmi. Yes, bóyá ó ń try láti wá change later o, or ó ń try láti see reason o, àbókò ń try láti pretend, àbó ń try láti get back at Josie and the team also for rejecting her. We've always known where our legends to lie. Everything there ti ń die down. A dẹ̀ ti rí gbogbo nǹkan tí ó ti ṣe, àbáwọn platform tó ti lọ tó ti ṣe, àtàwọn new friends yẹn náà àmọ̀kan tó ti ṣe sẹ́yìn náà. I'm giving you context here so that when you hear people say, yeah, no, this and that, you will not be surprised. You won't think, these people, why are they like this? So if somebody like Aries, because whether I like her or not, one thing I can give to her is that she has a tough skin. And in a way, she's matured enough to know that if you are in this movement, it's either you get dragged or you also drag somebody. And to that stage, you should know that some things will happen and you just have to move on and not be a baby and start throwing tantrums on this. Aries has been consanity. Let me look at the àwọn tó wà lórí platform yìí again. Kò sẹ́ni tó wà lórí panelist yìí bye, maybe apart from you. Tí Aries yóò tí bú at one point in time or the other. Tí yóò tí bú like personally tó ti mú wọn tó ti porúkọ wọn pé ìwọ ilé. Personally, I was on a platform like a week or 2 weeks ago. Ó mú mi sọ́wọ́. But then I realized pé she just wanted to have some conversation, some heated conversation, but I wasn't ready for it. So mo overlook her. So táwọn èèyàn bá ti wá bú ẹ, ọ̀tọ̀ ti sọ ọ̀kan sí ẹ, as long as they've not crossed the line, that line of civility, that line of humanity, tí wọ́n ti drag ọmọ in any way, tá bá búra wa, tó bá bú mi màá bú ẹ, àjọ máa mú ibú ara wa ni, it is normal. But if we now go beyond that, cross our line, it becomes personal, and at that point, it becomes difficult to tell any party to stop until tá bá padà sí root cause issue yẹn láti lọ address yẹn. Otherwise, we only be wasting our time. So basically, Aries has been coming for Omowunmi. Aries has been coming for Liam. Recently, Aries renewed that energy. Maybe because of our association with Aduke also. Because in a way, only Aguntoba Bajani no anyway. Ajegbe. But that might not even be a good way in this scenario. because we cannot, at this point, we cannot distinguish between ẹni tó jẹ́ àgùntàn àbí ajá in this context here now. So bí bàtà ajá ń bá já rìn náà ni tó dẹ̀ ń jẹ̀gbẹ́ ara wọn. So going back to the story, Aries came personal at the host here just because people are doing what they've been doing all year long. Come for us, we come for you. Insult us, we insult you. Call us names, we call you names. That has been the modus operandi of this of Justice for Mohbad. If I insult you today, you open your platform tomorrow, you insult me back. As long as we keep it civil, as long as it's just between us, you don't bring my family into it, I don't bring your family into it. So because in Cotton Shenya, I don't know what triggered her, she decided to make it personal, cursing on children. So at that point, Aries was another realm. Well, point of no return. Not like this, really a point of no return anyway. And that's why I'll probably put it to you back now that this kind of preaching in itself, not the general one you've done, which is applaudable, but trying to settle this issue between Aries and this platform, I don't know if you have done that behind a closed door with Aries. That should have been the starting point. Because as long as Aries tí ó bá ti realize ibi tó ti go wrong, nǹkan tó ti ṣe at that point, tó ti mess up. Because even at a point, people were becoming, cozy with Aries, becoming fine with her, forgetting her antecedent, forgetting gbogbo nǹkan tó ti ṣe in the past. People were like, you know what, we have to move on. We have friends. Even though we're on the opposite side of this issue, we still need to coexist one way or the other. If you say hi to me, I'll say hi to you. At a point, she followed me, I followed her back. I'll share a post, I'll tag her, she will respond. We were like, okay, let's move past Ibitatimbo. But Aries suddenly took us back there. Maybe out of boredom or something, some hatred rooted in her. We can't really say yeah. But until Aries Iba realizing pé, oh, I made a mistake going personal of this thing. Obue, yes, you could just abuse them back, which will still be okay. But you went personal, and we are here. We are where we are now. So until Aries Iba realizing pé òun ṣe nǹkan tí ò dáa and is ready to make amends, I don't think anybody will soft pedal on Aries. I don't think anybody will be ready to listen to any advice or preaching of letting Aries go or letting this issue go. Yes, afẹ́wọ́dún tuntun, people want to promise themselves to turn a new leaf, which I really don't believe in all those things. People will always be who they are, whether new year or old year. But then, if we don't go back to where we are falling from, there's no way we can rise above where Ibitabawa. We'll only be treating this issue superficially if we don't go back to the root cause of this. Something really has triggered or angered Aries. It's fine, let her say it out. Ebi tẹ lọ touch you, touch me níbi tí ò dá. This one too was personal. We can now look at it, okay, that was personal, okay, we are sorry we started this then. But as far as we know, Aries started this mess. If Aries is not seeing it that way, then there won't be any peace in the sense of peace. Because even the peace we're having today is because of the battles, because of the war we fought in the past. And that's where you can really have a meaningful peace. Tá a bá ti jà àwọn ogun tá a ti jà sẹ́yìn on this cause for justice, ọmọ mi ò lè ní peace tó ní nísìn. So yes, sometimes if you really want peace, you need to go to war. And that is where we are presently with Aries. So if tomorrow Aries comes out to realize the foolishness in that actions, okay, I did it wrong. I went about it the wrong way. I'm sure people here were sensible enough láti maybe to fi ya again. Because ó ti ṣe oríṣiríṣi bẹ́ẹ̀ in the past náà tá a ti fi ń ya. Tó bá lè realize the mistake here, tó lè own up to it. Yes, maybe not even apologize directly, but if you can own up to your mistake, oh, I've done something wrong, yes, people will see that you're sorry, even though you're not saying you're sorry. So that is that. Kenya Roshi Arifani Abi Westo. That is that about that. On that one. On this one.
Thank you for thank you for your wise words and your enlightenment on the matter. And let me present myself to you. When I got on Justice for Mohbad, I've been on TikTok, and I came off the wagon of what's his name, our president Jagaban, because then it was dialogue about presidency and election and all that kind of stuff. So this Mohbad thing started, and I landed on Paparano's platform, and that's how I started engaging with people on that platform. Originally, people can source me out. People will say, wumini, baba, you, wumini, kiniko. And it's just because I want to be objective, because I think that we need to be objective in the matter. So they've classed me as a mole in the side of Baba and advocating on behalf of Wumi. It doesn't bother me. So that developed, and Aries wasn't anywhere near TikTok at the time. And then she came out of nowhere, and I was Aries' number one critique at the time, thinking this woman has got ulterior motive. The way she's coming at us and giving us impression that she's been there with Baba and all that kind of stuff. I don't trust this woman. Anyway, Paparano accommodated her and advised her to have her own platform. So she got her own platform. And that is as good as relationship that I had with Aries, really. Before she became Supreme Iron Lady, before she started using Botija to fight people and all that kind of stuff. We don't see eye to eye. You probably don't know that unless you frequent the scientist area. But it's not one of those where we get vocal. It's one of those where we understand each other. We just know that we don't really see eye to eye. So take that the way it is, and then come to the current space that we are in. And people would have actually noticed that, look, I've distanced myself from everybody's platform the moment I'm able to open my own platform, which was accidental because it was Gurexi, York Daddy and Molly that invited me, something to do with some woman about £625,000 and all that kind of stuff. I just wanted to enlighten them, to point them in the right direction of, like, this, how can I put it? Confusion about this whole process is that Naimoli can be chasing after Ada Foundation, but there's no substance to the 625,000, whatever. Anyway, that's how I got a stint of hosting, because they had to get me to co-host with them. And it was then I thought, that's when I get my independence. And since I get my independence, I keep my business to myself. I still go to platforms just as a guest. If they've got something they are saying and I think I can contribute, I give 5 minutes, I'm out. Now we go to this position that we are in right now. And obviously my platform, I was on there 6 hours. Aries was on that platform. I'm not even going to tell you what happened. But if anybody's screen record it, when they replay it, you will understand what happened. And I wasn't happy about, some of the performances and all that kind of stuff. And if we then bring things back to where we are now and all this, because for me, I thought if we've done 1 year, we've done 14 months. And why I don't like to go to platforms I've been before when they request for me to join is that the narratives sounds the same. We are not going anywhere. There's no direction. We're still talking about the same thing. So I changed my own scope to start working on Life After Justice for Mobad, which is a reflection of the show I just finished with African television that started at 9 o'clock UK time yesterday. And, 6 hours later, we did what we had to do. So I get you and I understand exactly what you've said. I haven't spoken to Aries because we are not close at all. I won't say we are not that close. We are not close at all. I will not be having any side engagement and side chats with Aries. And I had that direct chat with her on my platform on that show with African television. And it seems as if she's going to stand her ground because I put it to her, can we call a truce on this matter? And she said, no, we're not going to call a truce. And what she was saying actually is a semblance of what you've just said right now. So both parties are aggrieved about something, but neither party is actually willing to sort of like engage, on a process for settlement or, just call a truce on it and just move on. And then in future, people reflect. And not many of us are inclined, motivated at the same time, are gifted, because you need to be gifted, you need to be motivated at some point, and at the same time, you need to have the wisdom. And that wisdom is what is lacking in most cases. And if you don't have the wisdom in this kind of situation, it seems like a clan kind of fight, one side to one side. It's only wisdom that the Agba, Lagba, and the elders in the community will engage. Is wisdom. And that wisdom, not everybody has it. And not everybody should have it. And that's the reason why they say Agbalagba will be there. What you are seeing when you climb the tree, Wombo, Baba is sitting down there and say, let them come. It's okay. Baba is saying what you have, what you cannot see on that tree. So when I look at that, I look at a prospect in the fact that we still have civil people, the civility that we have to draw out of building our community and repairing the damage. A 45-year-old can actually have the best wisdom in a land where we have 70, 80 years old, 100 years people. And this 45-year-old guy that is ruling the nation and doing better than his ancestors in their 80s and 70s. That's wisdom. And for me, my advocacy is simple. When I kind of try to marry African television and Mr. Joseph Aloba to a truce, I went to from platform to platform. At the end of the day, Gurexi said, I will see what I can do, this and that, I will do this and that. A few weeks later, I said, Gurexi, have you spoken to Baba? He's saying, I don't know, it's not in my hands, he's still thinking about it. Next thing we know, there's litigation. Next thing we know, African TV is screaming about going to court. Next thing we know, they went to court and we are where we are knowing what we know about the litigation. We could have actually literally settled that. It would not have been so embarrassing as going to court. There is no winner in that case, as far as I'm concerned. You can't use my son's name. I can use it. You can't use it. At the end of the day, it was just child's play. It was just toying with crap. It's Mr. Joseph Aloba that has got son, all these top lawyers and all that kind of stuff. African TV could have represented himself in court and would still have actually excelled in that case. So that is what I'm talking about. We'll fight the fight the outcome of it, what is it going to be? You break people's bones, you have people's blood in your cup, you drink it, you use it for sacrifice. And when you do that, what exactly are you going to take home? A trophy? Bones? Teeth? Blood? A pound of flesh? Put it in the fridge and then say, oh yeah, mo japa ẹ ni o, mo japa ẹ ni o, máa gbé sínú fridge ní eléyìí máa fi ṣe in 20 years time àwọn ọmọ mi mo máa celebrate pé mo japa ẹ. We are better than that. We are better than that. I'm not here for Aries. I haven't engaged with Aries. But I think that if you look at what is going on in Olori Ebi's platform, and you look at the disharmony on that terrain, and you see the shenanigans that ensues every hour of the day until that guy closes his platform to go and do his Uber, until he goes to do that Uber. There is anarchy going on. There is shenanigans. There are people breaking each other's character. There are people killing each other's soul. There is comfy that we go and open platform for you. After they've just settled the case right now, give her 5 minutes. She cannot survive without doing woto woto. Because without a signature woto woto, she cannot make money. She's not going to get gift until she can drive IT guy, drag Tenio logo, drag Temi, drag MFM, drag Paparano, drag everybody, including Aries. Because if she can't drag, she can't make money. She cannot survive. This woman dragged Liam, a child, for how many months? And we are adults, we are agbalagba, we are agbas, and we all saw this woman going mad. She lost her mind dragging a child. She made money dragging a child. And I questioned that on my platform. If Mohbad was alive with the wife, Cynthia, and the baby, even if there are whispers across the landscape, and the whispers is saying anything you want to say, will you go to a social media platform and drag a family that exists, that are solid? The man hasn't questioned anything about the paternity of the child or the wife or anything that even African television came up to sort of like say paternity fraud. We lost our ways because a few of us are disgracing us out there. They are one of us. We started off together. When we started off, we thought we had a plight to seek for this justice. And people who have taken to protect Wumi and the baby, they did the right thing. Why? Because widow victimization is what we know. And at the same time, when you victimize the widow and you are Mr. Joseph Aloba and Liam is your blind child, and you're victimizing the child by all this DNA or property stuff and all that kind of stuff. Who are we as human beings, actually? Who are we as Nigerians? How did we get here? It doesn't matter how we do it. There are failings everywhere. If you protect the widow, people are saying something about what's it called, the family, and should the family not be protecting the child? Because when you protect the child, it means that whatever it is that disease are passed on should be the child inheriting it. It should be the family of the deceased that are managing it. Everybody still benefit from it, but I think the duty of care to the child should be more important than property. And all these shenanigans about paternity fraud and all this stuff. It's about property. It's about royalty. It's about what we know. It's about roguing the woman out of the whole situation and the child. And when you're roguing the woman out, you've forgotten that that child is your grandchild. DNA for me is inconsequential. I've always said it. When the man is alive and the man is solemn to the game, and he never really questioned the paternity of that child, and he actually treated that child as his, there is nobody on the face of the planet that should actually do anything to test or contest it when the man is gone. We adopt children. If I am rich, I'm a philanthropist, and my wife can have children, or I'd never really even dated women to have time for women, and I adopt all these children, they will inherit anything I leave behind. They don't have to be my blood to inherit that. There are technicalities. People go to courts and all this. But Pythagoras, you spoke well, and if I speak from now till tomorrow, we're not going to get anywhere. But all I can say is, tá bá fẹ́ sùn ní àárọ̀ yìí ní UK, àárọ̀ ní sìn, ẹ jẹ́ ká sùn, ẹ jẹ́ ká ro nǹkan tí a fi pé ó wà impossible. Let's think about what we think is impossible, because there's nothing that is impossible. And when we do that and reflect, let's just kind of think, because I always ask the question, when you are a woman and you are on TikTok and social media, or a man, but especially women, because all the courses and all this one way Shango Deo, Gundeo, if you see Karimo, she will put on a pressure cooker, put palm oil in there, put two knife, chiki, and start doing Ailala courses and Ogun courses, right? And you have a man in the house. Now, if you're the woman, you are Temi, you are Fearless, and everybody. When you guys are doing your shake weighing, do you not have husbands at home? And your husbands really love to listen to you shake weighing? All this shake. Do your husband, is it more like a music to them when they just hear it and it just turns them on, so that when you finish shake paying, you make good love? I mean, I don't understand it. Because when I'm on social media, when I'm doing my show, when Aries got me irate and I was screaming and shouting, my wife came upstairs to come to me to say, is everything okay? Keep your voice down and all that kind of stuff. Because how do you do it? You are in your house. Do you leave your house and go into your car and go drive your car to one corner and go and do all your shake inside the car? You are doing it in your house. And I tell you something, everybody that is listening, yeah, your families are following you. If you block them because you don't want them to hear you when you are going mad, they can also create a fake account. Your children can also create a pseudo account that you don't know about, and they see you. You are not praying. You know, when they're in that room, when I was shouting like that, I was speaking Nigerian Yoruba, and you don't know what I'm speaking. I was just praying. It's my pastor that is trying to shine some prayer on me. I'm praying for you guys. It's just for you guys. You are lying to your children and your family if they can't understand Yoruba. And if they understand Yoruba, is your wife or your husband happy for you to be shake paying?
You're bent on having having a peace talk here, but I know how people are peaceful people. At least for the past few months that I've been here, we've always wanted peace. Anything that will bring peace, anything that will give us a semblance of peace, we are always eager to go for it. And that's why I know we're peaceful people here. But then, like I said the other time, there are just those moments where you just say, you know what, we need to see this out. We need to see how far this can go.
Yes.
Not for anything, sometimes even for your own mental health. You just want to feel like, oh, is this, for how long are we going to keep taking this from some set of people? So sometimes you just want to see it through. And until
I get your point.
yeah. So
sorry, IT guy, Mr. Pythagoras, I'm sorry. I just want to chip in this. I'm almost at work now. And thank God you said it earlier that Aries was the one that gave the go ahead. Come and screen record me if you want to. And at a point when we are replaying our show, she's always happy. When we replay it the next morning and we are laughing over it, she's here. Sometimes typing, she enjoyed it. And what happened that day, according to what I heard, because I don't even know what happened. I don't even know her name was mentioned on the platform. I swear to God Almighty. Not until when I was called that she's calling out my children. I was like, what? What happened? In fact, I didn't even know until the next day that I had to raise the issue that what happened. So they were like, they played one of our show and we analyzing it, and probably she said something that triggers two among of us, because we don't have to lie about it, and they responded to her, but not like they insulted her children. They gave it to her, she herself. So you coming out later in the evening saying, Temi, ìwọ tó ṣí platform mẹ́lẹ̀ tó ń jẹ́ kó máa ṣépè, ìwọ àwọn ọmọ ẹ àti Liam ni mo máa gbé ṣépè, like, who does that? And before you know it, within 10-15 minutes, this woman is already saying a whole lot of bullshit. Like, on my platform love for 24 hours. Ìtọ́ ẹ̀ làbẹ̀fẹ́ ṣe kúrò ń bẹ̀. Ìtorí ẹ̀ ni òṣà ṣe kúrò ń bẹ̀. BMFM. Trying to nod head, adults, àgbàlagbà. Why going all those routes? Láàrin 5, 10, 15 minutes, you're already dropping a whole lot of, and that's the same thing she did on your platform today. I heard what happened today. Èèyàn pè yín ní Aries. If you don't want her to call you don't need to call her real name. Now, ó ti jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé Anita ni Ṣúṣì ń jẹ́.
Well, I tell you what. Do you know?
I think that this is what
Oh, she always do.
When you use a pseudonym, let me just say
I think that this is what happened.
Yeah.
She was before that day. She has already mentioned two people. I think she mentioned their name in one thing she was saying, but we left that, and she was talking about if they do the DNA and it's positive, that Joseph Aloba can adopt Liam. And people on the platform were trying to tell her. There were
for custody.
The people on the platform were filed for custody, yes. And people on that platform was trying to tell her that how is that possible? Joseph Aloba that cannot take care of his own children, or in what way or form, as you know, Joseph Aloba impacted Liam's life to the extent of him coming to file for. And you know how she always wants to be, whatever she says, she's right. Nobody should say otherwise. And she was going on and on. And then she said, who is Wumi? That, something like, why are you belittling her? Whether we like it or not, Omomi is the mother of Liam. And she has every right on her child. She would make decision for that child. So, what is your problem with her?
Well, I think the thing that disturbed me on my show that Temi said, sometimes there are names that you associate to trouble. And then when she's saying Anita, I'm thinking, which one is Anita again? Someone is addressed you as who we know you are. What is Anita got to do with, this situation? And I cannot even go back and start even explaining anything to you, because I said, you can address me as bombastic. Maybe you've gone to my Facebook platform and you mention a name. You can just address me as anything, as long as I know it's me. It's me. And Temi is right, but I can't take it. And I have to press the drop button. I just have to press it, because, and then advocacy will be like, people say, bring her back or bring her. Look, I don't have to bring her back up. She can go and open her platform and do her own thing. And, I did say that's the reason why Paparano even dropped you so many times, right? Why? Because you cannot do that. You can't bring a process to disrepute just because you want to show people that you are what? God? And you are not. None of us is a God anyway. I've come to this platform. I've learned this platform very well. I've learned to be respectful, not because I want anything from anybody. I pay homage. I got to know Dawa class, Pythagoras. I know people will have issue with me with things I've crusaded about in the past and all that kind of stuff. But we can leave those things alone when we get enlightened, when we educate ourselves, when we get more information. Then things will change. And if things are going to change, my mindset can change. Why? Because what I know now is different from what I knew before. The question I've been asking before that I did not get answer to, I have the answers now. And it means I can dialogue anywhere. It means I can go to anybody's platform, not to go and fight them, but I can only come to your platform if you are more like, you have something intelligible to talk about, something that I believe that I can contribute to. And otherwise, I will leave people to their own platform and do their own thing, sit on the window, enjoy the show and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not here to advocate on behalf of anybody, but this is gone beyond reproach. And I kind of thought that maybe we can just find a balance, fine tune a process. But at the end of the day, Pythagoras said it right correctly. He hit the note, and the note he hit for me is the fact that maybe this time around we have to see it through. See, the thing is, if something keeps coming your way, and you keep sort of like discarding it, and you look at it and say it's okay, and you look at it as little, there comes a time when you say, you know what, I'm now going to defend myself all the way. And if it comes to it, it's out of my hands. I haven't come here because I have dialogue with anybody. I haven't come here because I've had a discussion with anybody about anything. I came out here between me and the God that created me, out of my own volition, just seeing all this anarchy and all this stuff happening, and I'm not happy about it. That's why I came, and it is clear to me right now that whatever happens, happens. So I really am happy that I've come to this platform again. I think it's about the third time or so. I haven't fought anybody. Actually, I had a bit of ajibaji with a lady the last time I came on this platform, but I was quick to apologize and take some of the stuff I said back and all that kind of. Sometimes emotions take the better of us, and I was obviously more like that big guy and be that small guy at the same time to apologize, because we're not perfect, we make mistakes and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes you don't even make mistakes. It's just more like opinions are divided and people get carried away. And then, yes, if we apologize and we smoothen things up, it means that we can engage again. That is what I stand for. So I would say thank you, everyone, for the accommodation, especially Pythagoras, Temi,